Hi, welcome to Antiques Down Under, our television program on antiques and collectibles.
We're searching for incredible collections, priceless rarities and curious artefacts. And along the way, we'll meet some people with the most unbelievable treasures.
This time on Antiques Down Under, we visit the exquisite collection at the David Roche Foundation.
Wedgwood. It's not all blue and white. Over 60 years and still going strong. Barbie.
And I discover a fascinating tool collection dating back to the First Fleet.
Welcome Antiques Down Under, and lovely to have Claudia and Gregory joining me here at the David Roche Foundation.
And tell us about David.
Well, let me take you through. So David bought this house in 1954 and lived here until 2013, always buying, selling and upgrading. The collection, as you can see now, consists of about 3,500 items collected over that lifetime, largely English, French and Russian from the 18th and 19th century. And he put together an uncomparable collection from all around the world, bringing it right here to Adelaide.
I'm just going to go have a look in here.
We'll catch up with him.
All right, well, we'll come through into David's den. An amazing room full of dog paintings. We have a lovely little Landis painting over here, one of David's favourites. Above the fireplace, this enormous Maud Earl painting that he bought at the Kennel Club in London. It was on loan and he managed to acquire it and bring it back to Adelaide.
Never give anything on loan.
It's dangerous.
It is, isn't it?
And interesting, quite a talented family. So this is her father's work, George Earl. So you can really see where that interest in dogs came from for the family. And then finally, over on this wall, we have this amazing bookcase full of Staffordshire ware. And David loved going to antique shops and auction houses and bringing these pieces together.
And David was internationally renowned dog judge, but he was also had a reputation in Australia with showing dogs, didn't he?
He did.
He did. I mean, the Adelaide Royal virtually belonged to David. I think no one could beat him. I remember one time I was in my kennels and he rang me from Perth to say, could you go down to the housekeeper and pick up my lucky yellow jumper? He'd left it behind.
Yes.
And David would always wear this yellow jumper when he was showing. I don't know whether I should have done that because he beat me at the Perth Royal, but that was David. Well, I'm going to stay here and have a look around while you go and find Claudia.
All right, I'll find out where she's gone. Claudia, what have you discovered?
Oh, look, I'm overwhelmed. And I've been thinking, David Roche lived with this collection, but would he have sat in these chairs?
Nearly everything, but perhaps not these chairs because they were designed for Catherine the Great by a man called Queringhi.
Does that mean Catherine the Great's derriere would have been on this chair?
We hope so, and certainly one still in St Petersburg at the Hermitage Museum.
Oh, my goodness. And what about this beautiful glass piece?
Also Russian, and this one is from the Imperial Glass Workshops, wonderful neoclassic form.
So does that mean with these Russian pieces there are some Fabergé?
Of course, who would collect Russian without Fabergé? If you want to join me, I'll show you some.
Thank you.
So this is David's Fabergé collection.
Now, you usually think of the Fabergé egg.
You do, but they made all sorts of things, including this really beautiful parasol handle.
Oh, it's so delicate. It looks like serpentine or something.
It's a lovely bowenite stone, then you've got coloured gold, diamonds, and this enamel over an engine-turned metal base. And you can see that wonderful pattern when you move it.
Beautiful.
And best of all, it belonged to the Queen of Romania.
Oh, no, stop it. Now, that's Providence.
Absolutely.
Now Gregory's got something to show you. It's a mystery object that will keep you guessing. Will you know what it is?
Oh, goodness me. All right. Now, is that some kind of mercury in there? That's mercury.
It's a blown glass like a bulb.
Some type of temperature gauge or... Like a... what do you call it? A barometer?
Like a
of some sort?
It's a mercury wobbler. Very rare, and I would think worth quite a bit of money if you collect mercury wobblers.
I think it's to make sure something's straight.
Wouldn't be anything to do with temperature, thermometer.
I can tell you right now, you're both wrong. Made in Bendigo.
I was over in Bendigo just over a week ago, and they never told me about this.
I tell you who may be able to help you.
Scalpel.
Darling, can you guess what this is?
It's not for testing wine, is it, or beer, or alcohol?
No. No idea.
This is our mystery object.
It is.
What is it?
Do you know what it is?
Yes, I do. But I'm not allowed to say yet.
You're not allowed to say it.
Do you want to guess the mystery object? Head to our Facebook and Instagram pages to enter.
I'm with Alan Landis, Australia's foremost Wedgwood expert, and today we're going to have a look at one of the most magnificent collections that Alan has put together.
Wedgwood for me is very, very exciting, and I wanted to get something, tell people that everything isn't just the blue and white. And Wedgwood, during the time of the Depression, things were difficult, and they were looking at bringing in new designers and modelers to make it really exciting and continue their leadership, which they'd had since the 18th century. And for me, it was something which I really wanted to do. And this collection encompasses 16 different modelers and designers. It's taken me over 20 years to put this collection together, and it's been a great labour of love, and the response that we've had has just been enormous.
Alan's going to show us the very, very first piece he ever purchased. Now, the history of this, Alan?
Well, it was designed by a gentleman called John Dermer, and he was an potter in residence at the Wedgwood factory in 1972.
Oh, right,
He was there for 12 months, so there's only a very finite number of pieces that he produced. That's a very special piece. It's impressed Wedgwood and his marks on the bottom, so it's very, very exciting. It's hand-thrown with a salt glaze, and it's a one-off piece. So it's
And what sort of
very
value
special.
would you put on that today, Alan?
It's $4,000.
Oh, $4,000 for
Yes.
a little piece of pottery.
Yes, it's a one-off.
And what other favourite pieces have you got in the collection?
Eric Revelius really epitomises what wonderful design and originality we find with Wedgwood in the 20th century. He was a war artist. He was actually killed in 1941 flying over Iceland.
Gee.
His designs were not actually put into production until after the war, but he was the first use of lithography or transfer printed decoration. He worked for had a number of commissions in the 1920s. So
Well, these would be
pieces,
very, very rare.
They are rare, they are rare. One of the patterns he did was the garden pattern. Another one is the travel series. They're on a different colour ground. This is on a white ground. This is on a ground called Windsor Grey.
Right.
And then there's another one he did called Persephone.
All right.
And it's interesting that with the name Persephone, the Wedgwood people had difficulty saying the name. They used to call it Persephone.
All right.
So they changed the name to Harvest Festival.
One of the other designers in this collection is Keith Murray, who I'm very, very fond of myself. And Alan, can you show us some lovely pieces of Keith Murray?
Well, Keith Murray is an iconic name in Wedgwood. He was the first person that Wedgwood allowed to actually mark his pieces, apart from the Wedgwood name, to incorporate his signature into the back stamp. They're iconic shapes in terms of the design, the glazes, and they fulfill all the senses to the eye, the feel of them, and it's just so tactile. And they're just sort of very well promoted. He was a New Zealander. He was 14 years of age when he left New Zealand to go to England with his parents. With his designs, they're not just in the matte green, they're also in the matte white, in the matte straw, and also in black as well. So it's a huge range. And he worked for Wedgwood for 20 weeks a year. He also designed in glass and also in silver, but it's through His designs for Wedgwood, he's most well known.
Now, what sort of value would you put on that piece today?
This piece is $2,000.
$2,000.
Yes.
Oh, that's very affordable.
Indeed, indeed, yes.
Where do you find a lot of these pieces?
Most of my pieces I buy in England because although they're very popular in Australia, they're very, very hard to find here. And on my last trip to England, I bought one piece. The previous year, I bought 10, but they're becoming more and more sought after.
Well, they're very popular in England now, aren't they?
Art Deco is really such an exciting period. It just, when you have the monochrome glazes, they fit into any decor, in any home.
Does the name Barbara Millicent Roberts ring a bell? How about Barbie? That's better, isn't it? Everybody knows Barbie. She's the most popular doll ever created. And Virginia Ferris is a Barbie fan and has been collecting for most of her life. When did you get your first Barbie?
Oh, I think it was in 1964, and I saved up my pocket money and I managed to lay by a Barbie which cost £1.06 shillings, and I bought it down at my local toy store at Avalon.
So did you get a Ken after that?
Yeah, Ken came along, Barbie first, and then her best friend Midge, and then finally Ken, and then I also got a Skipper. Did have a couple of other ring-ins like Cindy as well to sort of play, but not as stylish as Barbie.
So what happened to those dolls?
I believe probably my father, who was a very zealous cleaner, probably cleaned them up somewhere or perhaps gave them away. So I kind of, started getting nostalgic and was missing some of my Barbies, and I'm wanting to start collecting again.
I love that your collection's so eclectic because you've got your vintage dolls, but you've also got a mix of others too.
So Silkstone I collect. Reproduction dolls are really fun because they're like, suddenly if you can't find that Barbie because it's long gone, you can have a reproduction, and they're actually becoming quite collectible now.
The Silkstone Barbies have wonderful garments by Bob Mackie. Now, Bob Mackie, the famous costume and fashion designer, famous for the outrageous costumes he did for Cher. They're pretty glam, aren't they?
Very glam. I've got a Golden Goddess one, which is just spectacular. There's a couple of other designers who do Silkstone. One is Robert Best, and I've got quite a few of his. And they're just beautifully made. They're heavier than the regular Barbie.
The first celebrity Barbie was based on Twiggy, the 1960s very slim model. You've got a few celebrities in your collection.
I do. I have an Audrey Hepburn from My Fair Lady. I've got a Scarlett O'Hara. I've got a Billie Jean King, who's quite a new one. I've got an Elvis. I've got some Mad Men from the TV show, which is fabulous. Elizabeth Taylor and Marilyn Monroe, amongst many others, but they're probably my, highlights.
Now, Virginia, I do want to see the replacement you got for that first Barbie doll.
All right, here she is. She's around 1965. This is the original box. Here she is. She's a bubble cut Barbie with a lovely red outfit and red shoes, and the magazine inside, which I love so much.
Now, this is the replica of the very first 1959 release of Barbie, and she's based on the German doll Built Lily, which was a very sexy adult doll.
And in fact, I think too sexy, because I think Mattel, when they first created her with the lovely black and white suit and glasses, she was very pale looking and quite severe. So I think they ended up making it more child-friendly.
Barbie's had some criticism over the years for her impossible measurements. But now Mattel's listening and there's more diversity in the range, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. So we've got Ken using a wheelchair, Barbie using a wheelchair, different cultural backgrounds, different shapes, different sizes. So it's really nice.
Barbie and Ken have been on again, off again for years. In fact, during one of their breaks, she even had an Australian surfer boyfriend called Blaine.
I know. She's had many dates. And although Ken has been her current and, long-standing boyfriend for, over 60 years now, it was never, correct to get married. She's a busy girl and she's got too many careers, and really, she just doesn't have time.
Mike, tell us about the Vintage Tool Shop.
Vintage Tool Shop started, Gregory, because our passion for collecting had grown so much that we just had too many tools. And I saw some tools that I wanted, so I actually wanted to trade up and get some better tools. And so the only way to do that was to start buying and selling tools, as you're probably aware yourself.
All collectors end up being a dealer.
Well, this is a bit of a special piece, and feel the weight of that. And we suspect that is quite an early hammerhead. You can see the Convict stamp there, and it's on both sides, the crow's foot. Yep. Looks like a rock-splitting hammer. If only it could talk, it could certainly tell some stories.
That could have come out on the First Fleet. That's incredible, find something like that. We're here with some of these beautiful dated tools that you've collected. You know, we've got this incredible plane here, beautifully dated, 1742. Amazing it's lasted so long.
Amazing. French, opulent, beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely stunning. And tell us about some of your favourite things on this table.
One would be this French weight, which is a government weight. As you can see, it's got the fleur de lis on there. It was first commissioned in 1664 and then recalibrated in 1711. So this was used to ensure that they wouldn't get low weights with the bread when you bought bread.
And also something else you've got here.
Yes, well, allow me to show you this adze. Now this adze here, you can see it's got a fishbone decoration chiselled into it. This dates specifically to the time of the French Revolution, around about the 1780s, when it was chaos and anarchy and they were chopping the heads off people left, right and centre. They outlawed religion at that stage, so pious men would chisel fishbones onto their tools. So you and I, a discreet symbol, if we're at a building site together, we could go and pray without the gendarmes arresting us. Napoleon came to power in the 1790s, and then religion was legal again, so dates it to a very specific time in a turbulent history. This one here is probably dear to my heart. It's a little 18th century saw. It's signed here a BB for Benjamin Bottle, with the Bottle family in Kent in England. The family's been living in the same house, and they still do today, from the 17th century. Right. A very famous family of joiners, and to get a saw in this condition that survives so well, saws generally by nature are consumable, so they're sharpened and they lose a bit of their blade each time, so they're extremely rare.
Well, Mike, here we have your bespoke heritage saws. Tell us a little bit about them.
Yeah, thanks, Gregory. Well, we've got the range of the models here on the table that we make here in Melbourne, in Northcote. Myself and my saw-making partner, Jim Anderson, I make the handles and I fold the backs here in-house. Jim cuts the blades out and tooths them by hand to the client requirements. Now we've got the process sort of shown here from the rush shape of the handle cut out. It's getting shaped there, and then it's got the slot and the mortise for the spine to getting shaped like so. And then once it gets to this stage here, it's ready for the client fitting. So the client comes in and I fit the saw to fit his hand like a glove.
Absolutely beautiful. Let's go and have a look at some heritage saws, where this all started.
Thank you. Let's go and have a look. We've got saws here that have been reconditioned and hand sharpened by our heritage saw doctor, Jim Anderson. Right. So for argument's sake, we've got saws from $75 up to $140. Someone can sharpen this saw again or bring it back to us and we can get it sharpened for them. And you look at the quality of materials. It's got a folded brass back, American spring steel blade, applewood handle, and feel how it fits the hand. It's just
gorgeous,
lovely.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it's all about recycling, and antiques are green, because antiques are all about recycling.
To visit this incredible tool shop, it's located at 549 High Street, Northcote in Victoria. Or you can visit their socials and website you see on the screen here.
Now we come to this week's mystery object, and I'm going to challenge Mike to see what he thinks this mystery object is. Mike?
Thanks, Gregory. Oh, geez, that is a head scratcher. Where did you find that?
Oh, I'm not telling you.
Well, I must say I was hoping it was going to be easier than this, but that is a head scratcher. I am going to guess that it's something perhaps medical, like X-ray equipment or something like that. Am I close?
Nowhere near. What about another? Come on.
Well, I can see there's some writing in there. It says Bendigo. Possibly something to do with the gold mining industry.
Could be. Yeah, could be. Well, that's it for this week's Mystery Object. Tune in to next week's show to find out what it is.
Next time on Antiques Down Under, I'm on the trail of a missing lion.
We unearth William Morris designs hidden in plain sight.
We visit the State Theatre, Sydney's Palace of Dreams.
Gregory steps back in time with vintage cars.
And haven't we seen some fantastic collections?
We sure have. Don't forget to check out our Facebook and Instagram pages, and we'll see you next time on Antiques Down Under.